my gosh, I so want to be detecting right now, but as you can see, I'm outside, but I really can't detect. It's pretty cold, the ground's frozen. And this is the location this summer where I pulled out, it's a new park, used to be the first home site here in the town. I think I pulled a large cent out of here, a couple silver coins, a barber, a bunch of old stuff. But I'll tell you what, since I can't metal detect, why don't we go inside? I want to share some tips with you on maybe some things to do in 2022 to improve your metal detecting experience. Let's go inside and talk about 2022. Okay, well that's better. It's much warmer in here than it is out there. So let's just talk a little bit about what are a couple of the things you might want to consider to, make your 2022 metal detecting season more productive, a little different, more exciting. So I have 7 tips I'm going to walk you through, 7 ideas rather. And, take these for what they're worth. They might be interesting to you. They might not be. Maybe you've already done these things, but let's get started with idea number 1. Okay, idea number 1. Do you detect alone or do you detect with friends? If you detect alone, try inviting some people to come along with you. This gives back in so many different ways. First of all, it's just fun to share in the event. You're making new friends, there's camaraderie. But I've invited several people on permissions that I've secured, and guess what? It's come back tenfold. These folks return the favor. So, if you've always detected by yourself, depending upon the location, invite a friend or two, if it's a bigger property, and you might be surprised how rewarding it can be to share in the adventure, to share in the finds with some friends. Okay, idea number 2. All right, you ready for this one? I'll be honest. How many of you read the manual that came with your detector? If you're like me, it's these winter months. Go back, take another look at the documentation that came with your detector. You've probably been using it for a while now. And this is a good time to dust that off, to maybe go a little deeper. You probably glossed through some things the first time. So whether you're using, an AT Pro, a Knox, a Simplex, right? They all come with a manual. And if by chance, you bought your detector used, you can download those for free online. So spend a little bit of time getting to know your detector a little better. All right, idea number 3. Don't know if you've seen any of the recent releases of new metal detectors that are launching as we speak. So specifically, there's 2 that are coming out, the XP Deus 2, which I've ordered and I'm waiting for, and the Nocta Macro Legend. Both of these are simultaneous multi-frequency machines. Consider maybe upgrading to one of those, or maybe take advantage of the used machines that might be on the market. There are several people selling their machines to upgrade to one of those 2 things. So could this be a good time to get a backup detector? Maybe upgrade to a different, more advanced detector? It could be. It doesn't have to be one of those 2 new ones, but it also could be a decent used one. So I've found that, having a second different detector, especially from a different manufacturer, I don't know, it just could be me, could be the detector, but it sometimes helps me find different things, take advantage of the different capabilities of one machine versus another. This next idea I really owe to my buddy Jay. So I detect with a couple folks here in Milwaukee and met Jay this year. We've been on several hunts together, and he was doing quite well with his Equinox with the standard, I think it's an 11-inch coil. But you know what? He upgraded his coil. He moved to the Coil Tech, the elliptical coil. And again, I don't know if it was the coil, the location, luck, time of the year, but man, he was really bringing in some great finds with that different coil. So, this could be a time to try a small sniper coil, bigger coil, but, you might want to think about adding another coil to your arsenal of weapons in 2022. All right, that brings us to idea number 5. Not going to talk at great length about this. I just released a video about permission packets, but this could be a good time during these winter months to up your permission game. Think about how you've done research, and there's a variety of videos on how to do research, how to door knock. I also have a video on how to use social media platforms to secure permissions, but spend a little bit of time thinking about what, if anything, you might want to do differently in 2022 to just increase the number of permissions that you secure. Location's a big thing. And especially, if you're detecting an old property, right? Location matters. So think about upping your permission game for 2022. Okay, maybe you've been detecting for a few years. You'll get the occasional permission. That's fun. I know some of my metal detecting friends recently retired, so they have some more time on their hands. But think about in 2022, maybe participating in some metal detecting event digs. If you've never done this, these can be great fun. Last year, I participated in the mini dig stock event in North Carolina. Plan on doing so again this year. I have also signed up for a few other hunts down south. But I'm going to share a link to, there is a Facebook group that's dedicated to metal detecting events. If you're not sure where and how to find these things, this is one resource. Some of the metal detecting forums will also publish upcoming events. But again, a great way to meet some new people, to see some other detectors, meet and talk with some of the manufacturers, maybe participate in a seated hunt or an open hunt in a pretty cool area. Okay, and again, this last one for many of you, you might be saying, duh, I already do this, but I've, watched a lot of metal detecting videos, and I'm a little surprised sometimes by the number of people that detect without wearing headphones, okay? And, it's just a completely different experience I've found when you're metal detecting with headphones. Your ability to hear the tones, hear separation, to hear, elongation, the signal falling off, it really can be a game changer. So there could be good reasons why you don't want to wear a headphone. Maybe they're uncomfortable, maybe you don't wear them for safety reasons, whatever, but you might want to think about, trying that if you've not done it, or upgrading to a different pair of headphones. There's also some headphones that are waterproof, right? That, you can use. I happen to have a pair of headphones I use with my Equinox from Tony Eisenhower. Those are really good. Other people, they all have their own preferences. I'm not here to tell you what is a good, bad headphone, but think about either, changing your game up there, or maybe doing it for the first time if you currently don't detect with headphones. Okay, do you have other ideas? Are you going to approach your 2022 season, with something that I didn't mention? If so, drop a comment below. Let us know, what you're doing. But in the meantime, think about one of those items that I mentioned. Hopefully it's something that will spur some idea for you. But as always, thanks for watching these videos. If you're not subscribed, think about becoming a subscriber. We certainly appreciate that. We'll see you on the next hunt. Meanwhile, happy digging.